Harmanpreet was out of ideas. We got this gap to fill. We don't have spearhead. Who's your X factor? It can't happen overnight. We have to give these people a chance. We have been talking about the Indian batting order and how the top order hasn't fired, Smriti hasn't fired, Jemmy hasn't fired, the middle order has been weak point, and we have discussed all of that. But let's address the elephant in the room. A lot of you guys have told me that what about the bowling? We don't talk about the bowling and it's a blunder. Right now we don't have the bowlers that we need. My answer to a lot of you have been that we never considered bowling. So look at your star performers, look at the stars in women's cricket, they're all batters. Is that a case of we just liking batters? No, it's a question of performers. So we had Smriti, we had Harman, we now have Jamie, people like them who are performing. We don't have that kind of a similar persona in bowling who's performing through and through. The one that we have though, and she's underestimated a lot of the time and not talked about a lot, is Deepti. Deepti has 162 wickets. She's the highest wicket taker in the current setup. And right next after that is Renuka. So you can understand the difference that we have in terms of wicket taking abilities in our current setup right now. So right after 162, we have someone who's at 42, who's your next best bowler. Renuka is good, but to be honest, if you ask me, Renuka is more of a T20 bowler and she performs better in that setup. So that's the numbers here, right? If you look at the new crop of players that have come in, Charani, Kranti, even Kajvi, right? They are good, but they are really inexperienced and we cannot ask that they deliver right now. They need to have enough time. And therefore, what is missing right now is a top quality bowler at the top who's the spearhead of the attack. Deepti has been a spearhead, but she's a spinner spearhead, remember that. And maybe in this ODI season, she isn't performing at that level. And therefore, what is happening is we are letting teams like Australia score 400 plus runs. But what about Sneh? She's the third highest wicket taker in the current setup at 59 wickets. And she hasn't been utilized properly, I feel. Sneh Rana is a good potential. She also contributes with the bat and is a good potential. But if you look at the overall thing, who's your wicket taker is the first question. Who's your wicket taker? If not Deepti, who's going to take wickets? Renuka has her good days and bad days, and as we can see, she's still not there in terms of the number of wickets, right? Who's your wicket taker? That question doesn't have an answer right now. And that is why we see we are not performing that well when it comes to bowling. Also, who's your X factor in the team? There has to be a wicket taker, there has to be an X factor as well. Someone the opposite teams haven't faced or are scared of or are not sure how to sort of maneuver. Who are these people? Do we need a wrist spinner right now in the team? Who are the wrist spinning options? So right now we have left arm off spinner, we have right arm off spinners, we have right arm pace bowlers. But do we need a wrist spinner? If you look at the ODI rankings, the number one bowler is Alana King. And she's the one who really gave us a lot of problems in this ODI series as well. So a wrist spinner for sure is something that we can look at in the ODI setup. Maybe someone like Prema Rawat is the first name that comes to my mind right now. But maybe there are other options that we can groom as well. But Prema is someone who may be ready for this sort of platform right now. So if you look at just hygiene, we are okay. So, in the Indian bowling attack, we will call it hygiene. Not bad, but not great. So we have people like Deepti who have done it. We have people like Renuka who perform from time to time. But the rest of the crop is really new and inexperienced. So we really can't expect much. So we got this gap to fill. We don't have spearheads. We have new crop coming in, but it's too early to ask performance from them. If you look at Australia's bowling, they have 5 bowlers in the top 10 ODI ranking bowlers. So that tells you why they are a team which wins so many World Cups and are ruthless, because they have 5 bowlers at the top. They got Annabelle Sutherland, they got Kim Gard, they got Ashley Gardner, they got Elena King, of course, number 1. They got Megan Shute. So bowling wise, they're strong. As much as we can see their batting, they're strong bowling wise. So that's how our bowling right now looks. It's a lot of places which needs to be plugged. It can't happen overnight. We have to give these people a chance, and that's when they will start delivering. Right now we have a good young crop coming. Let's utilize someone like a Prema Rawat, a wrist spinner that can come in, introduce an X factor there, right? Once all of that is done, the last but very important part is the management deciding how do we approach bowling. I've seen a lot of times, even in the World Cup which we won, Harmanpreet was out of ideas. She did not know what to do, and one of the reasons, of course, is resources. She may not have had the resources that she wanted to get a wicket, which again goes back to this question of who's your wicket taker. She may not have. But once you have good crop of talent, the management and the leadership needs to be proactive about how they want to set up a player, how they want to set up a specific part of an ODI innings, how do we approach the middle overs versus the power play. I don't see that proactiveness, to be honest, in the captaincy and the leadership and the management. We just go and we feel, let's try to bowl them out. If a wicket comes, we'll take it. Otherwise, we don't have ideas. And add to that, our fielding woes continue. We are not the best fielding unit. We're dropping catches, and that doesn't help the cause at all. So overall, right now, I think too early and premature to critique the bowling attack, because as we can see, there are a lot of gaping holes. And holes not because people are not performing, is because we don't have these experienced bowlers who have been there and done that. We only have few people like Deepti who we need to back. Reniko needs to be groomed, and the new crop of people have to be given the platform to come and perform. And add to that, the management has to figure out how to use these people in the best of ways. And that, my friend, should be a good start for us. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Please subscribe for more videos on women's cricket. I'll see you soon.